All right, what is going on, everybody? So I tried to do more of a live stream earlier, but it was an absolute failure because of how bad the Wi-Fi is out here. But I wanted to go ahead and preview this AFC South championship game, the unofficial AFC South championship game. Winning, you are champion of the AFC South, and you will be hosting the wild card playoff round. It will be the Jaguars against the Titans for first place in the AFC South Saturday night at TIAA Bank Field. So it's awesome that this is a home game, a chance to go back-to-back home games for us over here when it comes to this game and then the first game of the playoffs. And just everything to play for right now, man. Everything to play for. And, you know, the Jaguars did a really good job last Sunday of really just playing well against the Texans. I mean, look, everybody's human. You know, everybody on that Jaguars team knew that the Houston Texans game really didn't matter, and they all knew how bad the Texans were, and they still went out there, took care of business to the point where they could bench a bunch of different, you know, starters. And now we go into this Titans game, and everybody's focused. You know, this is no trap game. A bunch of people are saying, "Oh, we can't be sleeping on the Titans," and they're not, dude. Like, a bunch of the people that were on this Jaguars team knew how hard it was to turn the record around from like 2-6 over to where they are now, where they're 8-8, and where they have set themselves up where they are, you know, a playing get in type of situation. And, you know, everybody knows that this is such a huge game, and that the Titans are a team that has dominated the Jaguars in the past. And, you know, going into this one, the Titans are not playing well right now. I mean, the Jaguars are 7-point favorites in this game. That is a pretty admirable margin right there. And, you know, last time the Jaguars played the Titans, the Jaguars really took care of business. But the main reason why that happened was because the Titans started losing the game by all these different turnovers they started having. Turnovers were stalling drives. It was, you know, setting up where, like, field position was getting flipped. You know, they might have been driving, and then the Jaguars took the ball away from them. And turnovers changed the game to where the Jaguars were able to dominate the rest of the game on the scoreboard and just everything, time of possession. But really the big difference between, in my opinion, this game and that game is probably two things. One is the obvious, that the atmosphere is going to be a lot better in Jacksonville than it is in Tennessee. We know that the Jaguars are at home, and the stakes are so much higher than it was in Nashville, where it almost seems like some of the Titans fans were sleeping through it. So that's one big difference. But the big difference is the fact that Ryan Tannehill is not starting quarterback for the Titans. And, you know, Tannehill, I think, is a good quarterback, not a great quarterback, but he is a good enough quarterback to really win you games. He's just not a good enough quarterback to be able to really take the team over the top. You know, last year the Titans clinched the number 1 seed in the AFC, and they proceeded to lose the first game they played in the playoffs. And, you know, Tannehill can drive you through the regular season, but when it comes to these matchups where last quarterback gets the ball wins, most dominant quarterback wins, Tannehill is not going to be the guy that's going to be able to win that for you. But he's out this game. So it's not going to be Malik Willis, who struggled this year. It's going to be Josh Dobbs, who they just picked up 3 weeks ago or so off of Detroit's practice squad. He got his first start last week against the Cowboys. Wasn't too bad, but Josh Dobbs, I mean, when you break this whole thing down, the big difference in this game right now, you know, it's not the Derrick Henry versus ETN. It's all about Trevor Lawrence versus Josh Dobbs. And Trevor Lawrence, this is a game where he needs to take over. If Trevor plays a great game, we're going to win. So this game is big time on Trevor. You know, Trevor has to play well. You know, Trevor has to complete his passes, make the easy throws when they're there, you know, make some tough throws. And I have all the confidence in Trevor Lawrence to do that. You know, Trevor Lawrence didn't even have that good of a game last week, but was still, he only had 4 incompletions. So Trevor was just really good. And, you know, or I wouldn't say really good. 0 touchdowns, 1 interception, only 4 incompletions. He missed some easy throws, but this is a game where, Trevor has to take over. And this also has to be a game where the Jaguars can shut down Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry will be the ultimate X factor of this game. We can't have him get 96 rushing yards in the first quarter. We can't have him run all over us. What the Jaguars need to do this game is, man, they need to stuff the box. They need to dare Josh Dobbs to throw it to Woods, or I'm not sure if Treylon Burks is healthy, but throw it to him. We need to put the Titans in position where Derrick Henry cannot win the game for them. It's going to be on Josh Dobbs. Challenge Josh Dobbs. Put 8 guys in the box. Line up, one-on-one with the wide receivers and make him make the back shoulder throws, make him make the tough throws. That's the exact game plan that needs to happen. And the defense just needs to continue to play dominant. I mean, look, really, the defense has really only allowed 3 points the last 2 games. Against the Jets, the only points were spotted because Trevor Lawrence fumbled. Jets to continue to go 3 and out. They kicked the field goal. Those are the only points the Jets got. Houston last week only got 3 points offensively. The Jags defense has been playing really well, and a lot of that's been because of the turnovers. They've been getting the big plays. They've been getting the sacks. I think the things that we're doing well is we're starting to learn how to put these defenders in the best way to succeed. Trayvon Walker playing more on a 3-point stance now. Darius Williams is playing outside, and he's playing a lot better out there. There's some good things happening with this Jaguar defense, which, that was one of the big things holding us back, was just the defense was playing really poor, not getting the big plays. But now they're starting to do that. Now they're starting to come into their own. And, the Jaguars are a hot team right now. They really are. You look at the, 4 wins in a row, winning 5 out of 6. I mean, we should be a pretty dangerous team, but there's one game at a time. Beat the Titans. And I know there's been a lot of speculation about how it's unfair the Jaguars got the Saturday night slot instead of the Sunday night slot, because they say the Titans played last Thursday night and the Jaguars played Sunday, so the Titans ideally have 9 days rest, the Jaguars have 6. I don't necessarily see it that way. I'm looking past this, man. I'm saying, look, the Jaguars are a better team than the Titans right now. The Jaguars can beat the Titans, and if they beat the Titans, then they're at an advantage, because then whoever they play next game, they have 1 extra day of rest over that team. If the Jaguars play their first playoff games on a Sunday, they get 8 days rest. The other team gets 7 days rest. So, yeah, we'll see like that. But I'm really excited for this one. I will be live streaming, and I tell you what, man, it's going to be an awesome environment at TIAA Bank. If you have season tickets, don't sell them. Try to get to the stadium. I'm going to try my best to be able to go to the playoff game. I might need some help from one of the subscribers to see if they have an extra pair they can hook me up with, or extra ticket, I should say, to hook me up with. But yeah, man, because going to that Dallas Cowboys game, I've been to a lot of Jaguar games, man. Most of the Jaguar games I've been to, the Jaguars have been bad. The atmosphere has been whatever. But going to that Dallas Cowboy game, incredible atmosphere. I was at the Buffalo Bills playoff game, incredible atmosphere. I was at the Seahawks game in 2017. There really is no other place on earth for me. Of course, for me, the Jag Stadium is a lot different than a lot of people, but for me, it's a special place. And seeing that place, the Jaguars are such a big part of my life. If the Jaguars are good, that place, when it's rocking, when the Jaguars are winning, when we're scoring touchdowns, there's no other place on earth I'd rather be than there. So if you guys can be there, definitely be there. For those that can't be there, watch the game with me, my dad, and my brother. We'll be live streaming it, first time in a while. First game, I think, since the last time game we'll be live streaming. Just different circumstances going on where I couldn't do it. But let's get this W, man. AFC South should be ours. Hopefully it's going to be ours. But, let's do this, man. With that said, thanks for watching. Drop a like for me. Go Jags.